Turn your house into a dream home. Recently opened a brand new one-stop stop for hardware and home decor. Visit the Home Hub at Maubale Madan Riting.
At 6 p.m., the polling percentage stands at 91.87%. So 91.87% is the polling percentage. It's much higher than the previous polling percentage, which was 90.46. So there's a marked, increase in the polling percentage, which stands at 91.87%. There could be marginal increase slightly, but 91.87 is what is the polling percentage as at 6 p.m. So by and large, the entire polling process was very peaceful, and voters turned up in large numbers, as we've seen as is evident from the poll percentage. The participation of women was significant, as we all know that even against the total enrolled electorate of 34,783. Females accounted for 17,687 in terms of enrollment, and males at 17,096. So even in right from the enrollment also, the women voters they were much higher than the male counterparts, and also today in the participation also, women participation was significantly much higher. There was brisk polling in the morning and right through to the early part of noon, and then post noon things were a bit slower, but then it picked up again. But most of the polling took place during the early morning hours and in the first part of the day. So as per the figures that we have received, there are three polling stations: Maumaram B, Karangoi, and Nonglink Men. These three recorded in excess of 96%. Maumaram B was 96.49, Karangoi was 96.45%, and the third polling station was 96.38%. So three polling stations recorded votes in excess of 96%. Till the time that we received the reports, the lowest polling station, in terms of voting percentage, was Rinli, which about 73.22%, but it would have increased, I think, because polling was still going on. Of course, now all 63 polling stations, polling has been closed. A few other highlights. During the poll, we had no machine malfunction. During mock poll, of course, one ballot unit, two control units, and four VVPATs. They had some malfunction, but they were promptly replaced. So in terms of percentage, it's 1.59% BU, 3.17% CU, and 6.35% VVPAT, which is very marginal. But during the poll, all the machines worked smoothly and did not malfunction. We had two women polling stations, one at Maumaram B, and we had another one in the constituency, but the Maumaram B was a slightly more vibrant, a women polling station. We had youth managed polling station also at Karangoi, which is the polling station with the highest number of voters, 844. So we had enthusiastic participation from them. And as done in the previous elections, the first 5 early voters were given medals, and also at the same time, the newly registered voters, 18 plus voters, were also given certificates as well as medals as an incentive to them, and also as a significant memory that they participated for the first time in the maiden participation in the electoral process. So these are some of the highlights of the poll process that took place today in the adjourned by poll in Soyang. So from the office of the district election officer, they have taken cognizance of these two complaints. Show cause was also issued against both the perpetrators, and also I think request has also been sent to the police to identify the uploader, and once reply to show cause notice is received by the office of the district election officer and the returning officer, the necessary penal action will follow. And of course, we have to get the responses, and after that, there's also a mechanism by which it can be escalated to the ECI after we receive the show cause and replies. Then from ECI, they have a kind of an SOP whereby they can take down these kind of this kind of content can be taken down. But of course, you have to establish first the antecedents and also establish the facts whether it actually deviates or not from the laid down protocols. So the first steps have already been taken. The show cause notices have been issued. The police have been asked to identify who are the uploaders. Then the other course of action will follow. At 2 p.m., the team from the excise office of the district election officer and the excise branch and the excise department, they had seized about 1,104 liters of liquor. So this is a fairly large seizure. Even if given the context of even one constituency, it's a fairly large seizure. In terms of monetary value, it is about 4 lakhs. So with this seizure, which is huge, with this huge seizure that was made today, together with the previous seizures, we had 346.970. So together with this, total cumulative seizure so far is 1,450.97 liters. So, but today's seizure on poll day was quite substantial. In fact, 2 vehicles had to. The liquor that was seized filled two vehicles. There was 60% webcasting, and in the office of the CEO and the office of the DO, the entire poll process was being monitored online through the webcasting, and we were able to view and to be able to monitor the entire poll process through the webcasting. 60% of the polling stations were covered via webcasting. Apart from that, there was a model polling station at a polling station called Nongpathao, which had this very unique initiative of cast a vote and plant a tree. So a lot of the young first-time voters, they enthusiastically participated in this exercise. It was also part of the green messaging, eco-friendly messaging, and also in a way it was a larger message of sowing the seeds of democracy and of spreading a positive message about voting and about the newly registered voters voting with a sense of enthusiasm and with a responsibility towards the environment. So the area that we see is from a place called Mau Kotep. Mau Kotep is within Soyong constituency. As we were told, it's not far from the bypass going into Soyong, and it appears that the liquor that was seized is it's IMFL, multi-brand, ranging from beer to other kinds of alcohol, and this was a fairly large seizure in the context of one constituency, and the excise team has now seized it. It's under the custody of the excise department, and in monetary value, it amounts to almost about 4 lakhs. Yeah, so that has been seized by the excise department. They will proceed as per the excise laws. They have to establish the antecedents. Right now, we've only received input on the seizures, but what course of action that the excise, because they've been caught by the excise department. So under excise laws also there are certain provisions. So, but this seizure took place because it was within the poll process. It was within the poll period. So, we will be getting further inputs from the excise department as to the other details surrounding this seizure.